But first, we want to check in with the Fox 32 political correspondent Paris Schutz.
Paris is live this morning in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention. Good morning to you, Paris, and how's it going up there so far?
Yeah, good morning, Brian. It's a land of Lincoln party here in the land of cheese. We're just south of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, near the airport, where the Illinois delegation is about to hold its daily breakfast rally. Now, today is the kickoff of the convention. Former President Trump is in Milwaukee after that assassination attempt only 2 days ago. He's expected to take the stage tonight, and the word is that he will reveal his running mate pick, his vice presidential pick. All the speculation is it's one of three people, either Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, or South Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. Now, Illinois has its full slate of delegates here this morning. They don't include a whole lot of elected officials because they do not carry any statewide constitutional offices in the state, and they have 3 congressional seats to 14 for the Democrats in the state. But we are joined by one of those Republicans here, Congressman Mike Bost from Murfreesboro, Illinois, home of the beautiful Shawnee National Forest and Garden of the Gods.
Barbecue capital of the world, and then it's all these Shawnee Forest, Garden of the Gods, land between the Mississippi and Ohio, the district, the bottom 34 counties of the state. Most of those counties have a lot more deer population than human. So.
Wow, yeah, and the most geographically interesting part of the state, all the rock formations and all the...
It's beautiful.
I've done a lot of camping down there.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of wildlife in your district you need to tend to.
That's correct, that's correct.
All right, so tell me what your reaction was when you heard the news from the former president 2 days ago.
Well, I'm going to tell you, fear, first off, to make sure he's all right. We're praying, even though he is all right, you know, we're praying for him and his family. We're definitely praying for the firefighter's family he was killed, and then the 2 others that are injured that are still in critical condition. It is a case where you worry. You know, we've got a great candidate, and this is where it has gotten in politics, and it's very, very concerning. We are going to do oversight on why it was that the security details did not secure that rooftop. That's actually scheduled for a week from today in the oversight hearing in D.C.
So you'll be part of that oversight hearing?
No, I'm not a part of the oversight hearing. They have already scheduled it. I have the VA committee and transportation, all of those. But we are already, as a Congress, aggressively going out to find out so this doesn't ever happen again.
There's been a lot of talk of taking down the temperature, taking down the rhetoric. Do you anticipate perhaps more positive rhetoric and less attacks as a result of what happened?
The issues still need to be brought out. The answer is yes, I hope we do. The problem that quite often happens is that with a 24-hour news network, and also add on to that social media, what you end up getting is the people getting frustrated, misinterpreting what someone says, or someone goes too far on what they say. That being said, one of the best examples of that is whenever Steve Scalise and the baseball team were shot at, and Steve was hit. That person came from my district. He was wound up because they said that the Republicans were going to get rid of Obamacare and people were going to die because Nancy Pelosi said that from the floor. That's going over the line, okay? That doesn't mean you can't say, hey, I agree with this issue or I disagree with this issue. But you do have to watch what you're saying in a time where social media blasts it out, and it can take a 15-second soundbite and be misunderstood by someone who maybe doesn't understand this is about the vote, not about becoming physically involved with someone.
The former president is known for his rhetoric on social media. Should he maybe tone it down, at least now, given what happened?
I think if you listen since the debate, his aggression level, it'd be interesting to see, you know, what his next speech is here this week in Milwaukee, because I found out last night that he has decided to change his speech. He said it was a very good speech, but it's going to be redirected in a different way, and it'll be interesting to see what he has to say.
Absolutely. Vice presidential pick, do you have any insight on who it's going to be? Well, can you give us a scoop?
You know what? We do not. He's keeping that close to his vest, and I'm going to tell you, what a great group to be able to pick from. And I think there's others just outside that realm that are also great picks. So we'll all be surprised when it comes out, and we're looking forward to hearing it. But what a great thing is the fact that we're so united as a party. We know who our presidential candidate is going to be. I'm not sure the Democrat side does.
Certainly a lot of discord in the Democratic Party about Joe Biden and whether he should continue on. All right, speaking of discord, the Illinois Republican Party has had a lot of discord. The former chairman was pushed out or kind of resigned because of that discord. You've got a new chairman, Kathy Salvi. What is going to be her direction that she takes this party in?
Yeah, let me tell you that Kathy's been around the process for a long time. Her husband, Al, he and I served together in the Illinois General Assembly, and then he went on to run for statewide office. And Kathy knows this state and knows it very, very well. I think she'll do a great job. It is the fact that we changed is not a problem. It is just a new direction.
All right, Congressman Boss, you're about to go give the keynote speech, so go ahead and get some coffee and get up there and do it. Thanks for talking to us. All right, so we will be back here at the bottom of the hour at the Illinois delegation breakfast just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we will have all the very latest for you from the Fiserv Forum as soon as that running mate pick is announced. If that indeed does happen today, we will bring you all the latest coverage. Paris Schutz, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Big announcement on the way. All right. Thank you, Paris.